If the SNES CD add-on had been successfully released, it would have significantly altered the course of both Nintendo and Sony's histories in the gaming industry. Here's a speculative timeline of events and the potential ramifications. Early 1990s, collaboration success. 1991, the SNES CD add-on, co-developed by Sony and Nintendo, launches as a companion device to the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. It supports expanded storage for games, FMV cutscenes, and CD-quality audio, bringing titles like Final Fantasy V and Chrono Trigger with enhanced multimedia features. The collaboration cements Sony's position as a key hardware partner, with Ken Kutaragi leading efforts to optimize Sony's audio and CD technology for the platform. Nintendo benefits from expanded developer interest, with publishers eager to explore the potential of CDs over cartridges. Mid-1990s, strengthened Nintendo-Sony alliance. Sony becomes more involved in game development, potentially forming a division within their company focused on creating high-quality games exclusive to the SNES CD. This could lead to the early formation of iconic Sony gaming teams. The SNES CD library builds a reputation for pushing technical boundaries, with Nintendo maintaining its family-friendly focus while allowing Sony to experiment with more mature titles. Late 1990s, a joint next-generation console. The success of the SNES CD leads to Nintendo and Sony collaborating on the successor to the SNES, perhaps called the Nintendo PlayStation. This console features Sony's expertise in 3D graphics and CDs, combined with Nintendo's game design prowess. Sony's involvement reduces Nintendo's reliance on cartridges, allowing the system to compete directly with Sega Saturn and the rising PC gaming market. Sony's divergence, late 1990s. While the partnership continues to bear fruit, Sony eventually begins to assert more independence. Sony develops its first standalone console in the early 2000s, with experience gained from the SNES CD collaboration. However, the launch is amicable, and third-party developers find support from both companies. Broader impacts on gaming history. Sega's position. Sega's Saturn and Dreamcast face increased competition earlier, forcing Sega to exit the hardware market sooner. Third-party developers, companies like Squaresoft and Capcom, stay closely aligned with the Nintendo-Sony ecosystem, potentially leading to even more exclusives. Microsoft, without the direct competition Sony's PlayStation provided in the mid-1990s, Microsoft's entry into the console market with the Xbox may be delayed or reimagined. Alternate Sony versus Nintendo dynamics. By the mid-2000s, as Sony builds a reputation for mature, cinematic games, it may begin targeting older audiences, while Nintendo retains its focus on family-friendly entertainment. Competition emerges. Sony and Nintendo eventually compete on separate paths, Sony prioritizing multimedia capabilities and Nintendo innovating with unique hardware designs like motion controls or VR. In this alternate timeline, both companies remain dominant but collaborate for far longer, possibly creating some of the greatest gaming experiences through shared expertise. 4.